Australia and are being made available to the Commonwealth. We thank the company for their work and for the consistency of their arrivals. For the record, that makes 142,000 in the first group, 166,000 in the second group of arrivals, and 135,000 in the third group. So we now have 443,000 Pfizer doses that have arrived in Australia. They will be cleared by the TGA, assessed for temperature, although the early signs are positive. And that's in addition to the AstraZeneca 300,000, which arrived only 2 days ago, for a total dosage arrival in Australia of 733,000. We're expecting continuity of supply, and then in late March, as has previously been indicated, at approximately 1 million doses per week, the arrival of the Australian-based CSL AstraZeneca production. In terms of the distribution to the states, I'm very pleased to be able to announce that over the current 10-day period, we will make almost 300,000 doses available to the states, and that will be the 2 distributions of Pfizer and 1 of AstraZeneca. The total numbers which will be provided for New South Wales, we're able to provide a slightly higher number than we'd indicated yesterday, approximately 86,000 doses. For Victoria, 76,000 doses. Queensland, 57,000 doses. Western Australia, 30,000 doses. South Australia, 29,000. Tasmania, just over 9,000. Northern Territory, 3,700. And the ACT, 5,100 doses. And as has previously been said, that's based on population within the 1A group. So it's a very open and transparent process which has been agreed to by all of the states and territories, and we thank them for their work. In particular, we want to thank them for their work on the rollout. As we speak, as of last night, there had been 41,907 doses administered around the country. That included 13,348 Commonwealth aged care residents at 158 facilities. There will be at least 22 facilities today, which will take that to over 180 facilities around the country. And if I were to read through the rollout across the states, as I say, the Commonwealth 13,348, and then I'll round it for the states. New South Wales, almost 12,500, Victoria 5,000, Queensland 3,000, Western Australia 2,000, just over 2,862, South Australia almost 2,000, Tasmania 1,165, Northern Territory 985, and the ACT 1,173. And so that's very positive progress. Then in relation to cases, again, another day of 0 cases of community transmission Australia-wide. That's 32 days this year. That is just an extraordinary national achievement, and I want to thank every Australian who's been involved. It compares at the same time with 114 million cases worldwide, 373,000 cases in the last 24 hours, and approximately 7,500 lives lost to take it to well over 2.5 million lives lost around the world. So with Australia having no lives lost during the course of 2021, we are in a very fortunate position thanks to the work of our health workers and everybody across Australia. Incidentally, there have been almost 40,000 tests in the last 24 hours and 14.4 million tests, which just gives us an example of exactly what we can do with the vaccinations during the course of the rollout as it ramps up. I'll also indicate that the Governor-General has considered and approved the recommendation that the biosecurity emergency powers be extended for 3 months to the 17th of June. That's a continuing process which is reviewed every 3 months, and given the scope and scale of those global pandemic numbers of over 373,000 cases and 7,500 lives lost, this will not be a surprise to anybody and is part of the normal processes.